In today's video, I will explore how to integrate actions captured on an Excalidraw whiteboard into your GTD workflow in Obsidian. Needless to say, I love whiteboards and flip charts. There are few things more effective in focusing a discussion than a simple drawing that everyone can point to and reference. The process of drawing catalyzes the creativity of the people in the room. But I struggle with capturing and tracking actions scribbled on the whiteboard or flip chart. In a traditional setting, these actions typically end up in a minutes of meeting sent several days, maybe weeks after the event, most probably taken out of context of the whiteboard. After another couple of weeks, we all scratch our heads trying to make sense of them, until we give up and the action everyone was so passionate about at the time of the workshop ends up in the recycle bin. This is an example whiteboard from a 2-day workshop with my team from just last week. We were discussing teams' ways of working and developed the middle team interaction chart using Excalidraw to facilitate our discussion. Excalidraw proved to be an excellent whiteboard. There were 17 of us in the conference room engaged in a discussion around the drawing. Excalidraw's flexibility to rearrange ideas on the whiteboard was essential to the end result. Even though we also had a flip chart in the room, we barely touched it. Given the nature of our topic, it would have been significantly more difficult to draw this on a flip chart or whiteboard, even if we were using post-it notes to make the drawing a bit easier to rearrange. Not to mention that post-its tend to fall off the whiteboard and are impossible to pack at the end of the meeting. All you can do is take a photo and hope for the best. With the Excalidraw whiteboard, however, I was able to work on the material even after the workshop. In case of our workshop last week, we simply listed actions at the top of the chart. In case you would want to link action parties and dates to your to-do items, it is best to open Excalidraw in Markdown mode and add the actions there. For this to work, you first need to create the text element that will hold the actions, then switch to Markdown mode to edit the actions. I have a GTD pattern to capture to-dos. I start with a tag to identify the context of the action. My 3 contexts are waiting for, discuss with, and promised to. This is followed by the name of the person, then the deadline, and finally the action itself. Because Excalidraw does not wrap text, I place action details into bullet points nested under the action. When I'm done, these actions become standard Obsidian to-do items. I'll quickly show you 3 ways to access these actions. The first is my own GTD plugin. It is not perfect, and I haven't published it in the community plugin store, but it gets the job done. As you can see, I can click to complete an action, and it immediately gets completed on the drawing as well. Another option for accessing to-do items is using data view. In this example, I'm using the query published by Chris, alias TFT Hacker. I'll include a link to his script in the video description. Finally, you can also use the built-in Obsidian search function to access actions and to view action details. I recommend learning the task to do and task done search options to filter on to-do items. With this approach to capturing actions on the whiteboard, I will be able to follow up promises made at the workshop during the coming weeks using my already established GTD workflow. In closing, I found this process efficient and straightforward. Excalidraw provided a very flexible infinite whiteboard to help facilitate the discussion. Integration between Excalidraw and Obsidian ensures that actions captured during the meeting will not get forgotten on flip charts or get lost in emails, but are picked up by my task management workflow in Obsidian, helping me follow up actions and delivering on agreements. This simple, interactive process has made a huge difference in our workshop. Thank you.